Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Keel, and today I wanted to talk about something a little more serious than I've talked about for the last couple days. Um, I was actually reading an article in DJ Mag, and they did a survey. I don't know if DJ Mag did the survey, but somebody did a survey in London, and they surveyed over 2,000 artists, and they found a third of them are completely getting out of the industry. um, this is a weird time because internet and social media basically ban certain topics. And this is one of those things where people should be able to talk about, but they can't really. So I made a video about the beer virus back in January, I think. And I I was reading the tea leaves in December, November, and I was like, "Oh, this looks bad. This looks really bad." And everybody's telling me, "Oh, you gotta chill. It's not that big a deal. It's gonna be fine. Like, it's not that big a deal. It's not even gonna come down here." And then, flights started coming down here, and I was like, "This looks bad. This looks really bad." So I made my first video about this in January, like towards the middle-ish end of January. And even then, people were like, it's no big deal. It's not gonna be nothing to worry about. But I was reading the tea leaves, and I'm looking at it from a business perspective, and I'm looking at it from an industry's perspective. You know, DJing is at the bottom of the total pole for entertainment. Like, we just are. Sure, there's successful DJs, and there's people who, can they sell out arenas and all that stuff. Generally, DJs, we do weddings, we do parties, corporate, we do little clubs, and you know, top end for a lot of people is like 400 people at a club. That's a great night for some people. And we're just, as far as income and the industry goes, we're at the bottom end of this thing. So when I look at a company like Disney taking out 8 multi-billion dollar loans just to stay afloat because nobody can go to their theme parks, or nobody can go to the theater, or not even nobody can go, nobody wants to go to the theater or the theme park. And then I look at, you know, huge film studios pushing back the entire blockbuster movies for their, which in, might I add, blockbuster movies keep the lights on from the previous year, not even the current year. This money that they spent to make Thor 14 or whatever it is, uh, whatever Marvel movies in the theater or whatever, they spent that money 2 years ago. And so they're recouping, by the grace of God, by it being a hit somewhere overseas, mainly China. So you can see how this is a problem. And so, you have industries like film, you know, theater, forget movies, theater, just Broadway, theater. And then you have sports. People can't go to sports games. For sport, we have football season right now. Majority of teams don't even allow all their players in there. I have a point where I'm going with this, and it's dark, but I'll get there. So you have theaters and you have sports teams. So football has 25% capacity. Everybody's facing forward, and it probably should be fine. You're just yelling forward, and somebody's back of their head, that's where all they're gonna get the spittle in their COVID. But in front should be good to go. Everybody's facing one way. Can't do that. So, sports leagues, or NBA is going on right now, no fans. Baseball is going on, no fans. Um, Tennis is going on, no fans. So we have all of these industries that rely on crowd participation, and they have no fans, and they are way above the totem pole when it comes down to entertainment value. And so, we have artists. So we have these major superstar artists who can't go on tour. So they're living paycheck to paycheck in their mansion. Like, we are in crazy times, and I don't think you can stress this enough. Like, we are in the most unusual time that I can ever remember as somebody who's in the entertainment industry. Granted, I'm at the bottom, but I'm still in it. And, versus all these other companies. And we're at a point now where DJs are scrambling to stream music on TV, on Twitch and Facebook, just to stay relevant because people can't meet together. For an industry that's designed to have as many people meet together as physically possible, and at least in North America, some places are better than others and some places are worse. Australia, I'm looking at you. Um, a lot of places they're saying, well, 20 people, that's all you can get together. One of my good friends, she's getting married next week, Saturday, and I had a long talk with her about, the process of what she's going through for the wedding and the loops they made her jump through, hoops they made her jump through just to have the wedding happen on schedule, on time. And, we're doing it outside in October. Just not looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the wedding. I'm not looking forward to being outside in October. Um, like we're doing all of these things, so there's new protocols, people wearing masks. People can't dance in masks. Like they just can't do it. And the way I look at DJing is, we bring joy. I know what it sounds like, but when you think about it, a corporate company will book you because they had the greatest sales for the year, and this is a special party to celebrate their sales. Well, nobody has great sales for the year anymore unless you're Amazon or Walmart. So you know, average companies, they're not celebrating by having a party. People celebrate by having a party, or they go out to have fun at a party. Nobody's having fun right now. So we're just in this weird spot. And this is a bit of a ramble. Like I didn't really plan out what I wanted to say like I normally do for video. I know that sounds crazy based on how disjointed my videos sound, but I do plan them out. That's just how I talk, man. Um yeah, this is a really weird time. And the thing that concerns me and worries me is that there's no time frame for normal or what normal is. And so I'm not saying to go out and just sell all your gear and quit. I did sell some of my gear though. I'm not gonna lie though. I did actually in January and February. I was looking through what I had and what I wanted to keep. Obviously, I kept those, obviously, but uh there is some stuff that I was like, I don't need these. They're just collecting dust. So I did sell stuff. I'm not gonna lie. And I hope whoever bought it is getting great use out of it. But I did sell stuff. But we are in a weird place where there's no end time and there's no normal. What does normalcy look like? Everybody with hazmat suits at a club? Okay. Um, I think that our industry cannot thrive or have any form of normalcy. And I'm doing finger quotes, making sure people can see it on camera because somebody complained about my sarcasm. Um, yeah, normalcy. What is normalcy for DJs? I I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is the longest that I've gone without playing out in any capacity for anything. And with no end in sight. There is no end in sight. And I've looked at and I'm doing other work, which is why I also have time to go make all these videos every other day. But, you know, DJing for me went from job to hobby again. And I don't like it. I honestly don't like it. I DJ because it's something that I love doing. I have a passion for playing music, and I'm back in my bedroom again. It's a really weird feeling, and you know, there's we're not the only industry, so it's not like a cry me a river type thing. We are not the only industry who's struggling in this capacity. Actors are, they're not at full capacity yet. And a lot of people don't understand, for actors and artists and stuff like that. They live paycheck to paycheck. The only difference is that their paycheck is a lot larger than your paycheck, but most people live in rented houses, or there's some kind of lease on there, and they got to come up with their $20,000 every month for the rent with no movies in sight, no ends in sight. And, the movie industry is severely chopped down what they would normally put out, like at a crazy level. They've cut down the fat, and I'm that the same thing's gonna happen eventually when DJs get to clubs again. Like, they're gonna trim the fat. So you better practice and be really good at your job, and not even from playing music. You better be really good at bringing people to a venue if you plan on being a DJ sometime in the future. You better be really good at corralling people and bringing them to a place. Are we going to be in Mad Max next year? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It We are in some really, and I keep saying this, but we are in some really weird times. Um I actually wanted to make this video because I I like the discussion that happens underneath my videos. Like, people there, I have smart subscribers. Majority of people who subscribe to my channel are professionals. So I don't really have a lot of people that never DJ before. This is why I don't really make a lot of videos about how to do stuff, because the majority of people who watch my channel, like, they're already doing things. So, it's just unnecessary. But I don't want to say we're in weird times again. Like, I've said that enough. Whew. I've like, this is the point where you do a lot of stalking about what you're really about, and is this really worth it? This is an expensive hobby for sure, and some people make a business out of it. I was doing okay for a minute. Now I'm not doing okay, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Everybody's struggling. This is one of those things where everybody across the board is doing poorly, except for Amazon. Jeff Bezos and maybe Elon Musk are doing okay, but everybody else, they're screwed. And so, like, there's a little bit of peace knowing that it's not just one industry that's wiped out. Everybody is going through it at the same time. It's not so much peace. I think peace is a terrible word to say, but you know, it's different when you understand that everybody is in this muck together, and it's not just you taking the L, right? Because everybody's taking the L. I don't know where this thing is going, man. I really don't know. Like, one things I pride myself is kind of looking forward to see where things are gonna be. And I want to say the V word, but they're gonna have to come up with some kind of cure. People are being conditioned to stay in their house, and we are in this industry where people are want to leave their house and have fun somewhere else. So, this is a really hard thing to happen to entertainment as a whole. And I really don't want to make this about just DJs alone. Entertainment as a whole has some dark days ahead of itself. Um, I think this is the time when DJs really, really need to figure out how they're going to reinvent the wheel. And, some people have thrown caution to the wind and been throwing underground parties. And I don't condone that. Like, yeah, I don't know if that's such a good idea. and there's truthers out here about the beer virus and how bad it is, or if people are lying to us and stuff like that. And it honestly, with the way news media is, it is hard not to be skeptical about the information you're getting on the news. And I'm not weighing in one side or the other, whether it's true or not. I'm just saying that it is very hard to not be skeptical about the information you're gathering. That's all I'm going to say. Information is all over the place and people are desperate. So, you get what you get. Um, yeah, we're back. We're about to be in Coffin season again, and people are gonna get their shots, and you know, it is a weird position we're in. I keep saying weird. I think I've said weird like 10 times already, and it's because there's no other weird word. I almost said weird again. There's almost no other word that can put this thing into perspective that is universal for everybody who's watching, that can look at that and be like, yeah, I get it. I get it. I don't really want to get into, what other people are doing in their part-time jobs just to stay afloat. If you're a full-time DJ, or, if you're somewhere in the entertainment industry, um, because people are gonna have to do stuff that they thought they were over. You know, the kind of thing that, like, oh, I used to wait table. Well, not even wait table. Like, I'm just saying for perspective. People are at the point where the thing that they used to do when they were in high school, they're gonna think long and hard about doing more of that again, if that makes any sense. This is some strange times, man. Really strange times. This is a long video to get rambly about, but I think whoever watches it can relate to what the hell's going on here, because this is crazy. I'm I'm very concerned about the end goal, end date type thing. And people don't want to say it, but there's no society, and especially the government hasn't come up with a way to say, okay, well, we're just going to live through this thing. Everybody go back to work. Everybody do your thing. They're still on the let's lock everything down and wait for the people to stop sneezing and hope for the best type situation, which I don't think is attainable. I don't, honestly. People are going to have to look at society and, what they're willing to put up with and this stuff at a whole different light after year 2 of this thing. And like, we're at the precipice here financially and economically. And I don't want to get into economics and this kind of stuff, but like, we're people don't want to say it, but the government can't keep printing money. Like, I'm just gonna put that out there. The government cannot keep printing money. Eventually, they're gonna have to figure out a way to maintain life in the most normalcy as possible, even if that's a statement. But they haven't even gotten to that point yet. It hasn't occurred to people that, oh, we have to open up, whether we want to or not, and let the cards fall where they may. Like, this is crazy that we have to talk about this. I wanted to keep this DJ channel, nice and fluffy and talk about equipment and updates and this kind of thing, but people need to have this talk. Like, we're not in fluffy magical land where everything's gonna work out. Like, people are gonna have to have this talk. And honestly, I don't see it. I really don't see it from any part of the industry, from artists, singers, concerts, clubs, DJs, film, TV, you name it, theater, like the whole gambit. Nobody's having this talk about, oh snap, like we can't hold off forever. We're at the point now where it's affecting multimillionaires' lives and their livelihood. This is where we are right now, and it hasn't even been a year yet. So ponder that. And I don't want to be doom and gloom, but the people need to ponder that. There has been no discussion about how real this thing is real and how we're gonna go forth. Ice Cube was talking about, the government can just print more money, and this is like, no, that's not a possibility. Because the thing is, though, okay, we get through today, and that's great. Tomorrow's Great Depression. So printing more money and just having everybody stay home and sit in their hands for another year, that is not logical in any step of the way. It literally makes no sense. And I don't want to be the economics major and the doom and gloom guy, but people need to have that talk, and I honestly don't see it. So I'm going to start the talk. Let's have the talk. We need to figure things out sooner than later. That's the talk. Like, for real. Like, we really need to. And hey, I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm just not gonna get into that. I'll keep all my spicy talk for Twitter, but we've got to keep it real, man. We really do. Like, this is fascinating, man. We're in a tough spot, and the tough spot is not gonna get better. Like, real talk. Like, it's just not gonna get better. And I'm dancing around statements and words because YouTube algorithm and this kind of thing is gonna kick in, and my channel is already small enough that it's not gonna help. But I hope people see the video and they share it with other people in the entertainment industry. And we need to have this talk. Like, honestly, we really do. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please share this video and talk to your friends about this. Cause yeah. Peace out.